Hey, Tim.
Hey, Greg.
How's it going?
Fantastic.
Nice.
Yep.
We're back here at Studio C? D?
Sure.
I don't know. Bringing another live episode of Latch-Key Dads.
That's right.
Yeah.
The dads with the latches. Whatever that means.
I'm not sure.
So what's happening? What's going on?
It's kind of sad to admit, but I visited my parents a couple weekends ago, and they had this old bird feeder that they were going to throw away. I was like, you know what? I'll keep it. There's nothing wrong with it. And then I was at the grocery store. I'm like, let me get some seeds for the bird feeder. And then I hung it outside my office window, and I'm watching the birds, and I'm like, uh-oh. I think I've just passed a milestone in my life where I am entertained by birds outside my window. I think that's just not,
Yeah. Lee and I joke that we are officially bird nerds.
Oh, you are now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And my office as well. We've got the bird feeder right there, and we'll be like, I think there's a tufted titmouse out on the bird feeder. And I don't know. I don't mind it. I can admit it that I'm a bird nerd and I enjoy it. So.
All right, good. So I'm not the first then.
Welcome to the club. I'll get your membership card ready for you.
Yeah, it's just nice. They all different kinds come around and whatever. And I got the bird seed I got has red pepper flakes in it.
Really?
And that's so the squirrels don't eat it. And I was like, this isn't, squirrels don't, whatever. No, squirrels didn't bother it.
Wow.
Not a bit. And I was like, I guess they really can't handle the spice.
That's interesting information to know.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was a scientific discovery that had been made.
I know. I didn't either. So, yeah.
And I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but between our houses going down to like Quakertown, there's a guy who has made it his mission to keep the squirrels away from his bird feeder. And he has these giant, 3-foot round, they look like circular saw blades, like 4 of them going out to his feeder to keep the squirrels from being able to get to it.
Wow.
So maybe all he needs is some red pepper flakes and he can take all that paraphernalia down.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like saw blades?
I mean, it looks like they're homemade, but they're just these big, discs with like sharp edges on them and all different shapes. And it's a sight to be seen.
I probably passed it and just didn't even realize it.
If I think of it next time I drive by, I'll snap a picture and
shot. Yeah.
We can share it with our dedicated listeners.
There we go. I like it.
Check out Latch-Key Dads for squirrel prevention
techniques.
Yeah, saw blades.
Yeah, so that's my exciting life.
Right.
Yeah, it's bird watching now apparently.
Fantastic. Yeah.
You?
Yeah. I think I'm pretty into gardening right now. So.
Ooh, all right. You got one up to me, Tim.
Yeah, it's wild and crazy nights in Pennsylvania these days. So
look out. If I'm up past 9:30, it's a party. It's a rage.
That's right. But it's all good. It's finally getting warm consistently.
Finally.
Had a week here with some dedicated sun repeatedly, no rain. So life couldn't be better.
Absolutely. Yeah, like if it could only remain 60, 68, 70 degrees all year round, we'd be quite happy.
Yeah, definitely. So I know we've done this a few times on the podcast, but I think it would be fun to queue up another episode of What's in the Box.
What's in the box?
One of my favorite games.
That's right. Brad always does a good job of helping us out with it.
That little, what's in the box? So what is in the box, Tim?
Well, it's a bunch of random who knows what from my childhood. So I'll be surprised as well because I didn't really look through it too much. I just dumped a bunch of stuff into a box.
Okay.
We'll see what's in there. So.
And I will say you and I are enjoying a nice cold Strongbow hard cider.
Yes. Also, this episode is sponsored by Strongbow. They don't know it yet, but they will soon.
Yeah. Well, always a good one.
Cool.
All right.
I'll let you have
Want me to go first?
First stab at the.
All right, here we go.
What's in the box?
Let's see what's in the box. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not looking. I don't know. This feels strange. Oh. I think we've gotten several of your wallets over the years that we've played this game.
Yeah, I've had quite the collection when I was a kid. Yeah.
Which, by the way, we're in season 4.
That's right.
When did this happen?
It just sort of happened. A couple episodes in now, so yeah.
Yeah. So, congratulations. Thank you.
Likewise.
So this is a faux leather wallet right?
Yeah.
It feels like pleather.
Pretty plasticky.
Yeah, and it's got your name in it though. It says Tim
Nice.
right there in it, and it's got. Can I?
Go for it.
All right, let's see if there's any cash.
No
No
$2 bills in there.
no
either?
$2 bills in there. There's a little coin purse. Should we look in the coin purse?
Sure.
What's this round thing in here? No coins. No coins. All right, let's see. We got some pictures, okay? You sure it's okay?
Go for it, yeah.
All right. Oh, dude, you're like this. If you don't mind, you should put that up. You look like you're ready to sell a Cutlass Supreme later that day with that outfit. I mean, that is fantastic picture. The wide collar, the lapels. I mean, that is just fantastic.
Yes, that was a fantastic suit. Sort of a tan.
I love it.
It's got I got a vest as well.
You're really ready to sell like a 70s car.
And that collar, I mean, it touches the shoulders. It's fantastic.
The powder blue, right?
Yeah, that is luxurious.
That is excellent. Very, very sharp, very dapper. Very dapper. All right, here we got a awkward stage Tim.
Oh yeah, I think that's gonna be 6th grade. I look a bit like I'm startled and scared and
all at once.
And the cowlick is in full effect there.
Yeah.
The swoop of the hair.
That's nice.
And a sweater with some red reindeer on it. It looks like.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Yeah. I got to say, you could tell Jack is your son in this picture.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, and here's another one. I don't know. I don't know. I think maybe younger than that one.
Actually, that might be 7th grade, a year later. Because I've got the mini mullet going. the spikes on top and a little bit of party going on in the back.
Business up front, party in the back.
Yeah. I'm back to the collared shirt though, not nearly as wide as the original.
Very nice, happy looking kid.
Yeah.
And then there's something else in. Oh,
I think that's just the if my wallet is lost, this
please
is where I live.
Please return my 3 pictures.
Exactly. Nothing else of value, but I need those photographs.
It's funny how the things you put in your wallet when you were a little kid, right?
Yeah.
Like just random pictures and
Yeah.
a couple of quarters here or there.
Yeah. Cash was not something I had a lot of, so
No.
it's like everything else.
Maybe a stick of gum or something, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. What else did I put in my wallet when I was a kid?
I think photos were probably the main thing I put in them. Yeah. Maybe like a card, if you got like a card from somewhere, eventually like a membership card or something.
So maybe. Yeah. And I do remember having a lot of those. And I think we did one of what's in the box, those hard plastic coin purses that you squeeze that open up and you put coins in, and like weird stuff would wind up in like toy parts and stuff like that. But
maybe a guitar pick for no reason.
Just out of nowhere. Yeah. Well, very nice.
Cool.
Very cool.
All right.
What's in the box? Oh, he's digging deep, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I think this. Oh, yeah. This is sort of online.
More leather work.
The fake leather. This is actually real leather. This was a little wristband.
Oh, no way.
And it's got the double snaps and a Jeep Wrangler embossed on it.
That is awesome, dude.
And I just based on the wrist size, I'd say that was probably when I was like maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah,
maybe.
Tiny. Yeah, like 2 fingers.
But yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Do you remember where you got this?
I don't know.
No.
I mean, I do feel like there was a lot of places we went as kids, like when we go camping and stuff, and like the camp stores would have like Western wear and things like that.
Yeah.
And you had to get your giant belt buckle, and then they'd have these like leather belts and wristbands and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
maybe a what do you call those catchers? Those Native American dream catcher.
Dream
maybe.
catcher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That preceded the black ones with the spikes on them.
Yeah, well, I would hope
punk rock
so,
style. So that was the early days of a lighter, softer, Western style leather wristband.
I think it's hysterical that they had it in your size. Because, I mean, we're talking like 1.5 inches diameter. Like
little kid.
It's cute. Nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, should we go back?
Let's go.
Back to the box.
See what else is in there.
All right.
Is that a bag of chips?
I'm going with something weird. Oh. We've got, is that you as a baby, Tim?
That is Tim.
That is a baby. It's like the picture they get when you're first born.
Yeah, that was day one.
Oh my gosh. And he's smiling. Look at that.
Yeah. Got one eye closed.
Yeah.
Got one fist in the air.
Like a pirate. Power to the people.
That's right.
Well, Tim, you were a I can't say cute, but you were a baby.
I had some hair, not completely bald, but it's quite the pattern on the bed sheet there.
It is very
very 70s.
Super. Yeah. It's got like these, I don't even know, circular
daisies. Maybe.
Daisies, yeah.
Blue, green, pink.
And like that shade, like a light pastel kind of shade, yeah.
I think that was the colors in our bathroom growing up. Everything was pink and slate blue.
Is your mom it's in the frame? Like every kid in the 80s had that frame.
Yeah.
Like, is your mom missing this picture? Did you just like take it off of her like end table in the dining room?
No, I think she had a couple copies of this, and I feel like there was one in my bedroom for a while when I was little, and then I like shoved it in a box. And then here it is.
And here it is. Oh.
Just a couple years later.
Yeah. Do you think there's photos behind it?
That's a good question.
People put.
I don't know. Let's see if there's anything in there. Now, these are the kind of frames that were awesome because you could lacerate your finger very easily with the sharp metal.
Super easy.
Yeah.
Here, I'm going to put your wallet photos back.
All right.
Because I'm sure you're going to reuse the wallet.
No, this is a single photo.
A single photo, okay. Yeah. But, with the cardboard, like so.
Very true to the time.
All right, I've put the wallet back together for you.
I appreciate it.
I think you should start using this on a regular basis.
I think that'll definitely up my street cred when I go to pay for something and pull that bad boy out. It's the one that says, "Bad Mother, Tim." All right, let's take another.
Back to the box.
Little, here we go. Ah.
Ooh.
I had a pretty solid collection of patches when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And this was from 1980, Lake Placid. I'm pretty sure this was the year we went up to when they had the Olympics up at Lake Placid.
Yeah.
We went up to see it after the fact. And
like to see all the arenas and stuff. Yeah.
And I think we walked, I'm pretty sure we walked the luge or the bobsled course, which was pretty neat. And we saw people doing the ski jump into it was like a practice thing. I think they were going down on like AstroTurf.
Oh yeah.
And then they landed in a pool or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. There was a lot of just kind of, as a little kid, it was just, you were mesmerized by all these things you never see anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
but this particular patch has it's like a raccoon. Yeah. One half of his face is green, the other side is blue. And then 1980 Lake Placid.
Fantastic. That's a great patch.
Yeah. I might have to put it on my jacket or something.
I think you should. Why not? I like it. I guess is a raccoon the symbol of Lake Placid? I wonder if they had like a mascot,
It's a good question.
Yeah. Or they're just like, nah.
Somebody liked raccoons.
All right, here we go. We're going back to the box, Tim. We've got an orange t-shirt, size medium.
All right.
Children's medium. And it just says the word Northampton on the front, which is Northampton County, right?
Yeah, and Northampton High School. That was my, back in the day, you had to have a uniform for gym class.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you had school-issued shorts and a t-shirt.
Oh, and this is one of your gym shirts?
That was one of my official Northampton junior high school.
Okay.
Gym shirt. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, now I went to Catholic high school, and we had uniforms not just to wear, but also for gym class. Yeah. I didn't realize that public schools did that.
Yeah, and I think it ended probably partway through my high school career. I think it was just junior high we had to do it.
Oh,
and then by senior high we didn't have to buy the uniform anymore.
Was it a money-making scheme?
Probably.
Yeah.
I also remember like on the shorts, I think there was it was like pre-printed area where you're supposed to write your last name on it.
Okay.
And I always laughed at my brother and I, being that we were like into art and stuff, it was like pristine, like perfectly, spaced out to fit. And some kids would be like half their name, and then it'd be like a scribble at the end, or written really poorly, and you couldn't even tell what it said. And the graphic artist to me was like, couldn't we just send these all out to somebody with good penmanship?
Put a little,
And if I had to guess, my name is probably written inside this shirt somewhere.
I did not
Sharpie.
see that, but
let's just see on the bottom cuff. It would be.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, there it is.
There
official.
it is. That's
T
great.
feather. Yeah.
Too funny.
Yeah.
So here, I got a little trivia for you. See if you
Okay.
can remember. All right. So your elementary school days, what was the mascot for your school?
So I went to a school called George Wolf.
Okay.
So that one's
George
pretty
Wolf.
easy to remember that it was a wolf.
A wolf. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is pretty easy.
And
Yeah.
then in junior high and high school, we were the Concrete Kids.
Oh, the Concrete Kids. I heard
Yeah.
of that. Yeah.
So we had this it was sort of like a man in like a running position that looked like he was made out of concrete because it was, if you want a little history lesson about Northampton, it was a concrete production town that during like the war and stuff produced
concrete.
insane amounts of Atlas. I think it was just called Atlas Concrete or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And then obviously the school pulled from that, and there's a lot of history about it, but Concrete Kids. So,
That's yeah. Wasn't there one they're called the Slaters?
yeah,
For slate.
yeah.
Literally the.
Yeah, I want to say it's
Stone.
north of us in I want to say Palmertown or something, or actually it's farther north I think than that. But anyway, yeah, there's a team. Oh, Bangor.
Yeah.
Bangor is the Slaters, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, very unique. I mean, but
Yeah. Well, and growing up around here, I remember we'd be digging in the ground, and you would find chunks of slate and and there'd be quarries all over the place,
okay.
and they'd be you could see the giant slate and everything else they'd be mining around here. But yeah, it's pretty wild.
That is pretty cool. Nice.
Yeah, and the cool kids would go and sneak out and jump into the quarries. And
Yeah.
I was never cool enough to do it.
Yeah.
So. or I was too scared, one or the other.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
all right. I guess I'll see what I can find.
Let's see what we got. Dude.
This is sort of a quintessential 80s item right here.
That is.
It's the calculator watch. This one was made by Futura.
Okay.
And I think it does just basic calculations. It's just addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And I think it had an alarm. That was about it. So
They were fun.
Yeah.
I think everybody had one eventually at some point.
yeah.
My buddy had one that could. I wonder if this can do it. You could also play a game or two.
Okay.
Very simple,
Yeah.
Thing on it. But I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I'll have to find a miniature screwdriver and take the metal plate off of it and see if I can get a battery for it.
Yeah.
See if it actually works anymore.
That's pretty cool. You felt like I've got a calculator on my wrist.
I can figure out the tip for you. Yeah. It's pretty fun.
I'm going to use this to cheat on my math test. And of course, you never do because you're too scared to get it caught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the buttons are the most minuscule little buttons in the world. It's funny though, a lot of this stuff that's that rubbery plastic, it would deteriorate.
Yeah.
But this seems perfectly fine. It's not sticky or
Yeah, it gets
even brittle. It's got some good flexibility.
Yeah.
Way to go, Futura.
Way to
Making a
go.
quality product.
Yeah.
Cool.
That is very cool.
Trying to see if there's a manufacture date or anything on it, but I can't really tell. Oh, it says made in Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. That is quality product. Hong Kong.
That's right.
I had one that was a little transformer.
Uh-huh.
You would pop it off and
You fold them out.
was it a calculator? No, maybe it was just a watch.
I think it was just in the center of his chest was a digital date and time.
And then the head and it would swivel around and
And his arms would pop out.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Good stuff right there.
Yeah.
All right, should we go back to the well?
Let's go.
Let's do it. All right. I'm going to take a peek because I'm having a hard time grabbing stuff here. All right. Oh, we've talked about these before. It's Fred and Barney.
Yeah.
Right, Barney?
Yeah.
From the Flintstones, one of those awesome glass pieces.
The mini window stained glass characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you would paint them, right?
Well, these ones, I think they were little plastic
Oh, the pellets.
yeah. And you would fill in the different areas with the
yeah.
colors and then bake it on a cooking sheet with some aluminum foil, I think.
Because some of them, I think, other ones that I remember would also, they'd also had paintable ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But this one, it has almost no color left. It's so interesting.
Yeah, it really it almost went all yellow. You can kind of see a little bit of maybe some brown on his
Because
shirt.
he does have a brown shirt, if I'm correct.
Yeah, but when you look at the light, it's pretty much all the same.
Now, did you have that hanging in your bedroom? Do you
I'm sure
remember?
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
We had like these suction cup.
Yeah.
That you'd stick on the window. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And he's pointing at something that he seems very excited about. So.
Now, were you a Flintstones fan, or that was just like some random?
We'd watch the Flintstones.
Yeah.
Nothing, die hard about it, but we'd watch it.
We didn't have a lot of options, right?
That's true.
If it was on, we were.
Yeah, Hanna-Barbera, whatever they wanted to show us, we'd watch.
Yep. Josie and the Pussycats. You know, we should do that. We should one day do a few more of those.
The classic cartoons.
Yeah.
Captain Caveman.
Oh, love Captain Caveman. Was the Dune Buggy? Remember the Dune Buggy?
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know what that was. Like, it wasn't just Dune Buggy, right? He must have had a name, Mr. Scooter.
And then there'd be like Pink Panther and some of the other ones that were different. Like Hanna-Barbera stuff. And then like Super Friends and all that.
Oh, I love Super Friends. Yeah. Wonder Twin Powers.
Yeah.
Activate. Yeah.
Form of a falcon. Form of a bucket of water.
I'll use this bucket of water and drop it on his head.
It's so classic.
Yeah, that was good stuff. With the monkey.
Oh, yeah.
Gleek.
Yeah.
Right?
Nice.
I think it was Gleek. Yeah.
The Dune Buggy's going to bug me, though. It's going to come to me like 2 hours from now. I'm just going to yell it out for no reason.
Nothing was as good as Scooby-Doo, though. Let's be honest. In my opinion, I've always thought Scooby-Doo was like, until, of course, Transformers and Mask came along.
But I think Scooby-Doo was kind of ahead of their time in the sense that they when they started bringing like the celebrity characters on, it just made it so much more interesting to have, oh my gosh, the Globetrotters are on Scooby-Doo, or, Phyllis Diller, she's back again.
Again.
Yeah.
I do remember listening. I think Scooby-Doo was the first to really utilize the idea that they would reuse body part cells for movement.
Yeah.
Because animation was so expensive, having to do each and everything from scratch. But what they learned was they could just create a head and then change it just a little bit and then reuse that same cell overlaid to make the movements and stuff possible, which was cheap enough then to produce a weekly cartoon.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's true. Don't quote me on it, though.
But when you compare that style of animation to what it is now, where literally in seconds you can produce a complete video of whatever. It's pretty amazing.
It is.
And as a kid, I remember seeing on TV or movie or something about the animators behind Disney, and just being like, oh my gosh, one day if I could just be a Disney animator, that'd be amazing. So.
And they would have each 4 pages caught between their fingers as they're moving it to get the move. It's just so cool.
Yeah. I made a lot of those flip books when I was a kid, where you draw the same thing 100 times to have it move across the page. But it's very cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I think it's your turn.
Okay.
Should we go back one more?
Yeah. Let's keep going. I think there's a fair amount of stuff here.
It looks good.
Let's see what we got here.
What's in the box?
This is a swatch guard.
Oh my gosh, yes it is.
So I had the swatch that I had, it was all silver. It had a metal outer casing, where most of them were plastic. And then it just had a silver dot in the center.
Oh.
And then on the I guess it was the second hand, it was a dot that had glow in the dark in the center of it.
Oh.
And it was one of the most simplest swatches. It wasn't like most of them that were very colorful and everything like that.
Yeah.
I remember I loaned it to my girlfriend. She wanted to, kids would swap their swatches. And I remember she had it one night and somehow she broke the swatch guard and tried to glue it back together.
Yeah.
And I was like,
what the heck?
One night? How? Yeah. Seriously? So I had gotten another one, and this must have been the other.
Oh, okay.
Swatch card. So
we got to find that swatch eventually.
It's floating around in one of these boxes.
Because there were some people that went nuts with the swatch watches, right?
Yeah.
The cool.
Some 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah. I only had one, and it was the jellyfish.
Okay.
Which was the clear one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I loved that thing. That was awesome.
That was a popular one. I remember that. Yeah.
But,
I think mine at some point, because the top was metal but the bottom was still plastic.
Mm-hmm.
One of the sides where the pin would, it cracked off. So
at that point,
it's got one side of its, wristband.
Yeah. What are you gonna do with it? Yeah. They were coming back popular again, right?
Yeah, I don't think Swatch ever completely went away. I think they've always kind of still, maybe in Europe more than in the States, but I know that this is kind of a weird tie-in, but they partnered with Mercedes, and it was Swatch and Mercedes that made the smart car.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So they were part of and I think, I don't know if smart cars are still being made or not. I mean, you'll see one every once in a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember reading about it, and I was like, Swatch, like, why are they part of making a car? But yeah, it's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, there you go.
Who knew? All right, I'm gonna go back to the well here. I think I see something that I'm gonna grab because it looks too awesome to not grab.
Oh, there we go.
Now, don't tell me what this is because I'm not sure. It's not a headband unless you got a monstrous head. It's like a Native American. It's got like a teepee. I don't know what that's supposed to be. A tree, a sun, and it's like this yellow with red and blue colors. But is it part of a costume? It's not a headband.
Well, I will confirm it was, in fact, a headband.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't go to Boy Scouts, but I went to the YMCA's Indian Guides.
Oh,
and so as part of your uniform, they would give you one of these one-size-fits-all headbands, and it was massive. And I feel like my mom used to like fold it over and then like put a clip on it or something so it would actually fit my head. And then there was, I think it's still, so there's like a stitch right here in the back.
Okay.
And it was a red like feather that you would stick into this, so you'd have a feather sticking up in the back of your head.
Wow. Okay.
And then everybody's mom had to make you like a faux leather vest. And they'd give you patches, and you'd sew these patches on for like, because they had like the Pinewood Derby and stuff.
Oh wow, they really.
So it was basically a ripoff of the Boy Scouts, but it was fun. We'd go camping and do similar projects probably to what Boy Scouts were doing.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna dig
go
back into
in.
the well. See what we got here.
It's always great to do this, to go delve into the childhood of Tim and see what you come up with.
All right, so this bin must have been a bunch of things from the same time frame. So this is it was like a metal like clip kind of thing that you would.
Yeah. You bend the
Yeah. So I don't know if this was when we went in. Like this was like your ticket more or less to like show that you paid or whatever.
Yeah.
But this was up in New York. There's a place up there called Santa's Workshop, the North Pole of New York.
Oh.
And so I remember we went to this place.
Let's see.
And that's the little pin that you got when you went in.
Yeah. I saw Santa Claus.
Yeah. So they had a collection of reindeer that they would hook up to a sleigh with Santa, and they would. As a
like
kid,
real reindeer?
Yeah.
Or like mechanical reindeer?
No, these were real reindeer.
Okay.
And I feel like they must have had it set up that like they would run them and then come off of this like little ridge almost.
Okay.
And just jump. And it like literally looked like they flew for like a very short period of time.
Okay.
And maybe this is just like my childhood memory of it, but I swear that like we were so convinced that the reindeer flew in front of us for like, this little
brief period. Yeah.
And then there was another, I guess he was kind of dressed like an elf.
Yeah.
And he was in charge of the reindeer's hooves and their reindeer shoes. And so you could go up and he would, make little things for kids. And he made this ring out of one of the nails from like a, basically like a horseshoe kind of thing.
Yeah.
But he said they were for the reindeer. So he measured my finger, he bent it to the size of my finger, and he told me that this was a special ring, and that if I ever lost it, Rudolph's nose would turn blue.
Oh my goodness.
I was a stress case for most of my childhood.
A lot of pressure.
Losing this ring. And I remember I buried it in the bottom of this like little wooden box that I had with all these like random things. And I would like, throughout the year, I would just like, I got to go check on the ring, make sure the ring hasn't gotten stolen or lost or whatever. And for years, I was manic about this ring.
The poor kid.
Yeah. And then for the longest time, like I always knew where it was. And then at some point after college, when I, moved and a bunch of stuff got reorganized, I don't know where it is.
Oh man.
So if anyone sees Rudolph's nose and it's blue, it's my fault. I apologize.
Blame it on Tim.
Yeah. But I'm convinced that it's still it's hiding with some other stuff somewhere in one of the vast collection of Tim's random childhood memories. So one day, when I retire, I'm going to go through every single thing until I find the ring. But yeah, it was a cool experience though to go up to the North Pole of New York. And the other thing that was cool is it was like an ice pillar that they said was like, this is North Pole like center, like this is where it all stems from. And so it's summertime. It was probably 85 degrees at the North Pole, but you could go over to this ice pillar and just like cool off. You'd touch it or put your forehead on it or whatever, and it was pretty fun. It was pretty cool.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So I've never heard of this before.
Okay.
But I just looked it up.
Okay.
NorthPoleNY.com. Still exists.
Still exists?
It
Nice.
still exists. North Pole of New York. It's a park. Welcome to Santa's home away from home. Seasonal villages, Yuletide family weekends, general admission tickets. So, you've got like a piece of history there.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we'll have to do a podcast on the road and go to the Santa's Workshop, New York.
Christmas in July.
There it is.
There it is. Yeah. Breakfast with Santa. I could do breakfast with Santa.
Santa, how do you like your French toast? If it's not stuffed with cream cheese, I don't want it.
All right. Well, what do you think? So there's a picture of this on this North Pole, New York.
Yeah.
Of a skinny Santa.
Well, it's summertime. He's going to the beach.
Okay.
He packs on the weight in the fall.
I see. Much like the Santa Claus of Tim.
Tim Burton.
Tim the Toolman Taylor, whoever that actor is.
I think it was just called the Santa Claus.
Yeah.
With Tim Allen.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And he would get skinny and then get fat as Christmas came.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the situation.
I think so.
Yeah.
Or that's what they're trying to sell us anyway.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Santa's got to be fat. He's a jolly old,
Yeah. Well, and there's the classic line in the claymation Rudolph where Mrs. Claus is like, "No one wants a skinny Santa."
Eat. Right? It's cookies maybe or something like that. Yeah. One more round, or are we at the end?
Yeah, we can do one more.
One more. All right, let's see. This episode is sponsored by Strongbow and North Pole of New York. Oh, we got another clothing apparel here.
Okay.
Oh, this is nice. This is a very 70s shirt. It's a large, but definitely a child's large.
Yeah.
And it's Eagles, very cool, of a receiver just reaching up. But it's the 3/4 length tee, but it looks like a t-shirt over a long shirt. I mean, that is classic.
Yeah.
If only they had that in like adult large, you'd still wear it, right?
Yeah. I might have to get my sister to screen print me a new version of that. 'Cause it's pretty fantastic.
It's great. Yeah. I'm surprised they're not in the Kelly green, but
yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it is surprising. It's more like the forest green than it is like a
yeah.
But what are you gonna do?
Very cool, nonetheless.
Yep. All right, I'll give it one more shot here and see what we got. I'm just gonna look in and grab something that looks appealing.
Okay.
Oh well, we already talked about wallets. I got another one here.
Oh
so
no, you finished. Yeah,
gotta
definitely.
finish with a wallet.
You had a lot of wallets as a child.
I was trying to make a lot of money things happen and it didn't really happen. So this is Velcro.
Love it.
Ocean Pacific. The little little skater guy on there.
Nice.
So I'm gonna say this was definitely probably more like 5th to 7th grade. Probably I had this one. And this has multiple pockets. Nothing in that
the
one.
The vinyl, right?
Yeah. Nothing in that one. And then so this one was holding. Yeah. So this was definitely. This was junior high. So these are my IDs.
Cool.
So let's see if I can put them in order here. Yeah. Okay. So this is 7th grade. I think we saw this photo earlier in the other wallet. So that's 7th grade.
Yes, we did, with the white collar. Very nice. What does that say up there? Oh, okay. I don't know. It's just something. 105A. Oh,
okay. That's probably my homeroom.
Yeah. 88, 89.
Yeah. So then 89 to 90, I have looks like a cardigan and a turtleneck.
Oh, dude, you were dapper.
Yeah.
You were dapper.
Still rocking the pseudo mullet.
They do. That is a pseudo mullet.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Then we went up to, this would have been 9th grade. Again with I went mock turtleneck on this one with the cardigan. And the mullet is looking fantastic.
Yeah, even better than before. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, that is nice.
Yeah. I think the young ladies were going wild for
Yeah,
that.
I bet they were.
Yeah. Those were, that's how I got into all those junior high dances with that fantastic student ID.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Those are really good.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I can hear Stairway to Heaven playing as we
As the lights come on.
turn the lights on. Mercury Vapor lights start to buzz, and you're still dancing for another 9 minutes.
Awkwardly with the lights on. You know.
Parents are starting to peek in at the gym doors,
Yeah.
and you're still dancing away. So,
Some girl's crying in the corner somewhere. You know. Yeah.
somebody's at the top of the bleachers making out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good old days.
yeah, that was a good time. So,
All right. Well, another edition of What's in the Box.
Yeah.
I didn't have it queued up.
Yeah,
So
it's pretty good though.
So.
That was fun.
All right, cool. Can't get enough Latch-Key Dad content? Well, check out latchkeydads.com.
That's right, Greg. On our website, we've got a plethora of photos from each episode, as well as other interesting links to content that we talk about on the show.
Yeah, Tim, I really enjoy all the pictures that you put up there as they really bring the episode home.
Yeah, I guess I'm not afraid to show those embarrassing photos of my childhood. So, yeah, we encourage you to check out the website, latchkeydads.com, for all that content.
Excellent. And if you have a moment, check out our shop page where we've got really cool keychains for sale. If you don't know what to get your dad for Christmas, the holidays, Father's Day, birthday, check it out. It's a cool gift. Tim, did you know that listeners should like, review, and subscribe to the Latch-Key Dads podcast?
No. But now I know.
No,
Knowing is half the battle.